Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today's video I have a really big yard sale haul. As you can see, there was stuff everywhere. I did film a thrift with me like day in the life video, which will be out on Thursday, but we did a bunch of yard sales and thrift stores, so I couldn't put them both videos together because they would have been too long. So I got this shelf for $5. I don't really like it the way that it is, but when I saw it was only $5, I thought I could probably change that up some. So I'm not really feeling the raw wood, nor am I feeling the white color. So I think I'm going to paint the white. I thought maybe I might be able to get the like rope string off, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So I have a couple of ideas. So we'll see. But for $5, if I wouldn't have picked it up, I would have been thinking about it right now and wishing that I had of. So I thought I'll pick it up and try and see if I can make it more like my style, I guess. So then I also got this Christmas tree. Super excited. I wasn't not planning on getting this at all, but I was just waiting for John, and I just happened to look over and see it and saw that it was only $5 and it said works, and that's when I noticed that it had lights on it already. So I thought for $5 this was a great deal. If you don't know, I love Christmas a lot, so I will definitely make use of that. So now we're getting into like all of the rest of it. I just kind of moved it all into the dining room. There was so much stuff, but I found so much good stuff and a lot of cool vintage pieces as well. So we had a big community yard sale here in our community, but then we also went to like an indoor yard sale kind of place. It's inside like I think it's called a sea can. Anyway, they just had tons of stuff, but they had a big table that was just labeled free. So it had a bunch of garland like for your tree. I make these vintage inspired wreaths, so I'm always using that garland. But then it also had this plastic like pine garland in there with some pine cones on it. So that was kind of cool. So it was 2 boxes filled with them. I thought that was a pretty great deal, like for free. Not even sure if I'm going to make any more of the wreaths this year or not. Last year I was like, I'm not making these anymore, but I don't know. Then I saw this free garland. I was like, well, I usually like make them and sell them, but I don't know. Anyway, I figured it's free. If I don't end up using it, I can just donate it somewhere. And then more free stuff. It's funny because I've been looking for this for a really long time. It's like this shelf edging that you'd put like in your cupboard. Super cute, very vintage. It's really expensive on eBay, like for what it is. This pattern isn't actually my style. The one in the back is a little bit more my style, but it doesn't really match my kitchen. So I might just end up selling these on Etsy. I just figured it was free, so it's pretty cool. It was actually from the department store Zellers, which is a Canadian department store that's no longer in business. And then they did have this just one plain sheet of white. So I'm undecided what I'm going to do with it, but I figured for free. It's just funny because I look on eBay for this stuff all the time. And then they had these super cute, I believe these are from the 50s, never open, but they're like thank you cards for a wedding gift. It says thank you for the wedding gift. I just think they're super cute. And this was also on the free table. So I definitely think I'm going to put these up on Etsy. And then hopefully somebody like a vintage lover will buy them and use them and be happy with them. I was looking for a year on them, but I didn't see one. But the design definitely gives me like 1950s vibes. Maybe early 60s, but so then that was it for the free table. But then I found this glove and scarf set, which also looks very vintage, like 50s, maybe 60s. Still new in the package. This was only $1, I think, and I think I'm gonna put these up on Etsy as well and sell them. But I thought, wow, this is great. And so while I was looking, John was also looking, and he came over and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get these for you. There's like a bunch of plastic canvas sheets. He's like gone to the craft store for me before to buy them, so he knew that I would use them, so it was super sweet. And then we did find a bunch of board games. We have a big like vintage board game collection. Well, we try to find vintage ones. So we found Sorry, and then this Battleship looks pretty 70s, and then Careers, which is our favorite board game. We have the 70s version, but this is the 1950s version, so we thought we would get that. It looks very cool. I do have a video up on my channel like where I show all the collection. And then we found this Coast to Coast game, which we've never heard of before, but kind of looks like 70s era, so we thought we'd give it a try. And then I found this amazing lamp. I'm so obsessed with it. Love it. Very much my style. Will very much fit in with the house. It didn't have a shade, but then John noticed that it had a crack in it. Like after I had already said like that I wanted it. This was at a yard sale. And the woman was like, "Oh, I'll just give it to you for free." And I was like, no, I can't take this for free. So then she said $2, but John ended up giving her $5. I feel like it was definitely worth $5, even with the crack. You can tell by the plug it's quite old. It's not just like made to look old, but I'm super excited. I feel now I have to go on a quest to find the perfect shade for it, and I'll just get one of those things that like clip onto the bulb to hold the shade. And then I found this clock. This I found at a thrift store. I love this. The clock in our kitchen actually stopped working a while ago. It was like a vintage inspired clock. And then I saw this one and I thought, you know what, $6 is pretty good. That looks pretty vintage. I feel like that would fit the 70s vibe in my kitchen. So I did put a battery in it and it works. And then I found these two, I want to say like flat baskets. I'm not actually sure what they're called, but I do really like when people put these on the wall and make like a collage with them. I've been looking for, I have a few that I found, but I've been looking for more, but I haven't had that much luck. So I found these two. I think they were $1 a piece. Really love those. And then this is like one of my favorite things I found on this day. It's amazing. I noticed it hanging on the wall in the like sea can place. It looks to be made from like sequins and maybe like little bits of colored glass or rock. I can't really tell, but I don't know, when I saw it hanging there, it was only $5. I thought, you know what? I feel like that belongs in my house. And so we were looking at it and we're like thinking that it was probably from the 70s. So then we flipped it over, and then somebody had, the person who made it had put their name in the year, and we just love that. We're going to keep that on there. It just makes it like so much more special. So I'm very happy we found this. I eventually want somewhere in the house to just make like a collage wall of lots of different vintage prints and art and things. So this is the first piece. And then I found this Disney, I think it's supposed to be a candy dish. It's like ruffled around the edges. I'm going to sell this on Etsy. I actually have sold one of these already before. It didn't take too long. So I'm going to put this up. The woman, when I asked her how much, she said $0.25. We were like, no, we have to give you more than $0.25. So we gave her $2 for it. And then this tin, just a Christmas tin. I do like the top of it. I think it's cute, but I liked how the sides was just plain, like if you use it for making like a display or something, which is what I'm planning on doing with it. And then I got this Corningware round casserole dish for $10, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I think this one might be part of a set that usually goes for around like $40 or something. These are the things that I cook with like on a daily basis, and I just use the vintage ones like if I'm making a video, just because they do contain lead and it's just kind of a weird thing. But then I also got this cake stand in this like amber glass. I loved this so much when I saw it. I'm not even sure where I'm going to put it, but I felt like I had to have it. So this was only $3 too, which I thought was a pretty good deal. So I don't know, we'll see. I have to find somewhere to use that. And then I found another Aladdin thermos for only $2, which is pretty great. A few videos back when we were in the antique store, there was one in there that was $20. I'm going to sell this on Etsy. I actually still have one that I haven't posted yet, so now I'll have quantity too. And then I got some books at the thrift store. They were 10 for $1. I think they're trying to clear them out. So I got some and John got some. I really like reading biographies of like old Hollywood stars. So I found this one on Zsa Zsa. think I'm saying that right. And then I found one on Marilyn. It's been like over 25 years, I think, since I read a Marilyn one. So I'm not sure if I've read this one or not. I feel like I had read like every one up until that point. So even if I have read this one, it's been over 20 years. So I figure I could give it another read. I've never heard of this book before, but the cover kind of like spoke to me, and I read the little summary and it sounded good, so I thought I would grab that one. I got this magazine that has like fall recipes. I love fall, so I thought I would give that a little browse through. And then I found this amazing the Vogue sewing book. I'm so excited about this book. So does anyone else hate dust covers? I always throw them away, so I think the book will look really good without it, like on my bookshelf in my like craft room. But I'm super excited about this. I think it's from the late 60s or maybe early 70s. Okay, I think first printing was in 1970, but it's really cool. I flipped through just briefly, and the styles definitely give me 70s vibes, but I just think it's so cool, and I'm so excited to learn like how to sew better again, because I haven't done it for over 20 years. But I don't know, I'm just feeling very excited about making that my hobby and getting better at it. And then I also found another like crafty book, like knitting and things. I think this one was from the 1950s. I don't know if I show the inside, but I really like the look of it, and I thought that would look good on my shelf, but also I'd be able to use it. And then we did find some movies and some DVDs, like TV shows. So we found season 9 of Roseanne, season 1 of Will and Grace, and we found 3 seasons of the show 24, which neither one of us have watched before, but we've heard it's a good show. And just, I don't know, maybe like 3 days ago, I said to John, you know, we should give that show 24 a watch through, because we were trying to decide what show to watch next. And it's just funny that we ended up seeing these. So we actually got all 3 of those seasons plus a bunch more DVDs for $2, which is crazy. But we did get some movies as well. So we found Moneyball. This is like on, well, I guess it's DVD and Blu-ray. We love that movie. We've been looking for it for a long time. And then we also found The Butler, which is an amazing movie as well. I found this 75th anniversary of Holiday Inn. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love that. We do have the VHS already, but this one I just thought would be special because it has some special features on it. So this one's actually new too. It's never been opened. It's probably given to somebody for Christmas and then they just never opened it or watched it. And then we found The Hangover and The Hangover 2. We've never seen this movie, but we heard it's good, so we got that. And then I thought this movie looked good. I've never seen it before. I think it's from the 60s. And then this one from the 60s, which has so many big stars in it. It's crazy. And then I've always heard that The Pianist was a really good movie. I've never seen it before, though, and I don't think I've ever come across it when I've been thrifting. So I saw that and thought we should pick that up. And then I found The Cannonball Run. I've been looking for this movie for a long time. I was hoping that they were going to have the sequel too, and then John got the Stargate movie. And then lastly, I got this white ceramic Christmas tree with little pink bulbs in it. I turned the light off so you can kind of see it better. It's not really coming across quite the same on camera, but I got this for $50 at the yard sale. So I thought that was a pretty great price. Where we live around here, it's nothing to see these for like $100 or more, like on Facebook Marketplace or something. So I thought that was a great deal. My grandma actually has given me a green one that I've even yet to look at. So I thought maybe I would do like an unboxing of that and set that up maybe closer to Christmas. But anyway, that is it for my epic yard sale haul today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited yard sale season's here. I just feel like it's the best place to find unique treasures. So anyway, thank you so much. And then I did film a day in my life on the day that I was out doing thrifting and stuff. So I'll post that on Thursday. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.